Greetings fellow Decepticons, SoundBlaster1987 here with another character history vlog. Today, for July of 2024, I'm going to be covering the complex and controversial history of the Autobots' first flying mass transport scientist, Jetfire, better known as Skyfire to fans of the G1 cartoon or the Japanese version of Energon. So, without further ado, I know that Chris McFeely, a far more popular YouTuber, has made a much better video about this topic. I can't do it justice, but I'll link his video in the description below for those who want to check it out. For those who don't know, the original Jetfire toy was released in 1985 from a Bandai Japan acquired figure from the Super Dimension Fortress Macross anime franchise, because Jetfire is a repaint of their Valkyrie transforming jet fighter mech. The one that's infamous for its aeroplane with legs, Gerwalk mode, which a lot of other Transformers characters have attempted over the years in one way or another. And even those who have not got official Gerwalk modes, a lot of the jet fighter characters, particularly movie Starscream type retools, have been granted unofficial Gerwalk modes by other toy reviewers such as Theo Adams for the way that their transformation works, enabling most of the plane to still be a plane while the legs are visible. But, carrying on with Jetfire, because the Macross anime series was set to become the American series Robotech in the 1980s, Bandai Japan licensed the Macross franchise to Harmony Gold for Americanization, but Harmony Gold couldn't use the Valkyrie design in the Robotech merchandise marketing because of Jetfire existing in the Transformers line, which led to Harmony Gold suing Hasbro over the copyright disputes for the figure itself. Since the figure itself's original trademarks began with Bandai Japan and therefore should belong to Harmony Gold along with the rest of their Macross stuff. This is why Jetfire's design had to be completely redesigned from the ground up for his appearance in the cartoon in the Marvel Comics under the name Skyfire. He was allowed to keep the Jetfire name for the comic book run, but had to be renamed Skyfire for the cartoon. Most of the toys Jetfire has received in his G1 form have been based on either the Sunbow design or the sort of hybridization of the two original designs, such as a mostly Sunbow accurate body with additional swappable armor parts to make him look more like a Macross Valkyrie version. And most of Jetfire's Gerwalk mode counterparts have been basically just left off the official instructions for fans to figure out for themselves. Although the Friendly 30 Generations version of the Autobot world has also had an official Gerwalk mode given to him. But I'll cover that in a future review when I get my hands on that figure. Yes, Jetfire has been the second in command of the Autobots for most of the Marvel Comics G1 run and most of his other appearances in the franchise, mostly from the Unicron trilogy onwards. But he was also, in the G1 cartoon, a close friend of Starscream from before the war, so he ended up in the episode Fire in the Sky, his first debut appearance, being reawakened from having crashed in the Arctic ice by the Decepticons, joining up with his old friend Starscream for nostalgia's sake. But once he saw the true nature of the Decepticons' evil, he defected to the Autobots instead, and became basically their sort of equivalent to Astro Train for a while, until he got replaced in Season 2 by Omega Supreme as their mass transport design. Then, like I say in the Marvel Comics run, Jetfire was the second in command of the Autobots, next in line to ruling the faction if anything ever happened to Optimus. And he was one of many that rebelled against King Grimlock's dictatorship over the Autobots in the later stages of the comic. Jetfire was sadly absent from G2 Machine Wars of the Beast era, although a G2 Cyberjet figure was repainted under the name Skyfire for the Robots in Disguise 2001 toy line. It wouldn't be until 2002's Transformers Armada and the Unicron trilogy where the name Jetfire would come back into prominence, as Armada Jetfire turned into a space shuttle that could also become a pair of legs for Optimus Prime's super mode, and he too was the second in command of the Autobots, voiced by Scott McNeil, who would later return to the voice in Transformers Energon in 2004, where again he could become a pair of legs for another couple of characters like Ironhide and Cliffjumper. However, in Energon, Autobots have the ability to become either the top half or the legs of a duo combination, so Jetfire got to wear someone else's legs for a change. Again, Jetfire turns into a futuristic space shuttle, though a different design, and his G1 cartoon name Skyfire was used by the Japanese series Super Link for the Energon version of Jetfire. Then in Transformers Cybertron in 2005, he was an Australian military cargo plane voiced by Brian Drummond, who had voiced SoundBlaster in the previous season. The Australian accent Jetfire had in Cybertron was apparently supposed to be from a vacation he took on the planet Nebulos between seasons. I'll never understand how regional accents accurate to Earth ones work on Cybertron. But regardless, the Jetfire name would be a little bit absent again for the first Transformers live-action movie line of the first year or two of animated. Then in Revenge of the Fallen, a rusty old SR-71 Blackbird, former Decepticon Jetfire, would be found at the Aerospace Museum, where upon meeting Sam Witwicky and Michaela Baines, he defected to the Autobots, tearing out his own spark in the Battle of Cairo to become a magnetized suit of flying armor for Optimus Prime. Because Jetfire was one of the oldest Decepticons working for the Fallen before Megatron was even a thing. So, he knew all about the Fallen's plans to cyberform Earth with his sun harvester machine hidden in the Egyptian pyramids. So he was the one who was instrumental in the Autobots defeating that plan. Then, of course, Jetfire would also turn up in Transformers Animated later on in Seasons 2 and 3, as a member of the Elite Guard along with his twin brother Jetstorm. In Transformers Animated, most of the Autobots can't fly, only the Decepticons can. So, Jetfire and Jetstorm's ability to fly, and their combination into Safeguard, was the result of Elite Guard's experimentations on a prototype Starscream clone, trying to reverse engineer their flight ability genetically for Autobot use. This is also why Powerglide doesn't fly in the animated series, having basically caterpillar treads where his wing shoulders should be. I'll go into detail more about Powerglide in a separate video. But yes, in the early 2010s, Jetfire was a little bit sporadic in his appearances. He was absent from a Transformers Prime animated series, but he did get a brief blink and you'll miss it cameo on the screen of Cyclonus' Autobot Fugitives list in the final episode of Robots in Disguise 2015 Season 3, Combiner Force. And he also appears in the War for and Fall of Cybertron video games from the online continuity as well. Then, in 2018's Transformers Cyberverse animated series, Jetfire had a more prominent role for the first time in years in Seasons 2 and 3, where instead of becoming armor for someone else for once, he got an armor upgrade himself with a Spark Armor gimmick for the toy line. And again, his design is somewhat a, hybrid of his designs from the 2005 IDW run, based on the Thrilling 30 figure, and the G1 toy/cartoon model from the Sunbow design. The Sunbow accurate version of Jetfire has had multiple third-party figures released over the years, and has just recently, in the last couple of years, received an official Transformers Masterpiece figure of its own. Plus there was the 2006 Classics figure that was kind of trying to go halfway between the Macross version and the Sunbow version design-wise, and it also had armor pieces like a Macross/Robotech accurate helmet that goes over the main robot head. And of course the 2018 Siege Commander Class figure, the first Commander Class figure in the entire franchise, also was a heavily Sunbow focused design that came with a few armor parts to replicate the Macross look. No Jetfire toy can ever be truly Macross accurate due to the copyright thing with Bandai Japan and Harmony Gold, but well, Jetfire keeps trying, and he has recently popped up in the new Skybound and Image Comics Void Rivals Universe comic book miniseries and such like. I haven't read those comics yet, nor the IDW run, but I'll go into more detail in those in another video. I don't know yet, having not watched Season 2, whether Jetfire appears in Transformers Earthspark, but if he does I can make an update to this video later on to add in his importance to that series. That more or less concludes my review of, well, not a review, my monthly vlog for July 2024 about the history of Jetfire. Again, I can't do Chris McFeely's video any justice with my way of speaking, so link in the description below for those who want to check out the basics on Jetfire from his perspective. Till then, I've been SoundBlaster1987, thanks again for watching. My next monthly vlog in August 2024 will cover my top 10 list of the Ben 10 transformations and characters that I think McFarlane Toys would be good at making figures of with their organic detailing, blackwash detail and such. Till then, my next toy review will be Salvage from the Transformers 2007 live action movie line. My next animation review will be the Marvel Animated Universe Earth 12041, consisting of the first 3 seasons of Avengers Assemble, both seasons of Hulk and the Agents of Smash, plus the Where Monsters Dwell special, all 4 seasons of Ultimate Spider-Man, and the first 2 seasons of Guardians of the Galaxy. Till then, till all are one.